Hello students, today we will be discussing the next topic and in this topic we will learn how to find the inverse of the matrix. See, inverse of the matrix it is like multiplicative inverse we are finding. So if I take one simple example, right, if I have to find the inverse of 5, what is the inverse or multiplicative inverse of 5? So the answer is 1. What will be that? It will be 1 upon 5. So that when I multiply 5 and 1 by 5, the answer will be 1. Similarly, if you remember, we have touched a small topic in functions also when we discussed inverse trigonometric functions. What was that? If I have a function f, right, and I take the composition of f with another function g such that the result is identity function, then what do we say? G is inverse of f and f will be inverse of g. Now the same thing we will apply on the matrices. So here the definition comes. What is the definition? If there is a matrix A and it is a square matrix, right? If A is a square matrix and there exists another square matrix B such that AB, that means product of A matrix and B matrix, is equal to BA matrix, and the further it is equal to identity matrix, then what we will say, B is inverse of A, right? Then we will say B is inverse of A and A will be inverse of B. So the most important condition here is that A should be a square matrix, corresponding to which B also should be a square matrix. The reason being, because we know here we are finding AB and BA. So AB and BA will be possible only if they have the same order. And same order, what we will do, it will be of order either 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. That means both will be square matrices, right? So in our class 12 there are two ways to find the inverse of the matrix. First method, that is very important method, and we will discuss it in this chapter. The next method we will discuss in the next chapter, determinants. But here it is important to understand how will we be doing the inverse of the matrix, right? Before that, we have one important theorem also. What does theorem says? If there is an inverse of matrix A, then it is unique. It is the first theorem based upon this topic. The inverse of matrix A, inverse of square matrix A, if it exists, is unique. That means one matrix cannot have 2 or 3 inverse matrices. If the matrix A is invertible, then the inverse will be unique. That means there is only one matrix B for which AB equals to BA equals to I possible. Otherwise, no. Right? And the next theorem, which is important, and it says that if I take the, or if I find the inverse of AB, it will be equals to B inverse A inverse. Inverse of AB equals to B inverse A inverse. If you remember, we have done that property in the transpose also. AB whole transpose was equal to B transpose A transpose. So both the results can be learnt together. AB inverse equal to B inverse A inverse and AB transpose equal to B transpose A transpose. Here we can do the proof also of this theorem. It is very simple. We will apply this concept only. We know that if I take this AB inverse, I know that if I have AB into AB whole inverse, according to this statement, it will be equals to I. How I will take? If I say A and B product is possible and AB product, it is invertible. If it is invertible, then AB into inverse of AB. This AB we are treating as one matrix now. If I take AB into inverse of AB, it will be equal to I. According to this thing, if A is invertible, B is another matrix, then AB will be equal to I. Same concept we have applied here. Now in this thing, what we will do, we will pre-multiply both sides by A inverse. When I do pre-multiplication, that means A inverse will be written in the beginning on both the sides. So here also A inverse into I. Now I is identity matrix. Identity matrix means if it is of order 2 by 2 it will be 1 0 0 1, and if it is of order 3 by 3 it will be 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, right? So it is exactly corresponding to number 1 in the number system, and it will be equal to I identity matrix in the matrix concept, right? So this AB I can open it, it will be A inverse, this A will get multiplied here, B will remain as such, and this AB inverse will come as A inverse into I, it will give you A inverse only, because whatever you multiply with I it will give you that matrix, right? So A inverse into I, this will be identity matrix, B as such, AB inverse, so this is equals to A inverse. So here B is left, so what we will do now we will pre-multiply both sides by B inverse. So B inverse, we are pre-multiplying this B as such, and here AB whole inverse. Pre-multiply means once again B will be written in the beginning. So B inverse into B we will write down together, and here it will be AB inverse, this is equal to B inverse A inverse. B inverse into B will give you identity, this is AB inverse equal to B inverse A inverse, right? So I into AB inverse, it will give you AB inverse only, is equal to B inverse A inverse. So this is how the proof can be done of this theorem, right? So remember, this theorem is important. Prove that AB inverse equal to B inverse inverse. It can come for 2 marks also, right? Now we will move to the important topic, how to find the inverse of the matrix, right? In see there we will discuss here elementary operations. So why the word elementary operations is there? Because we will be applying these operations on the rows of the matrix or the columns of the matrix to find the inverse of the matrix, right? Now what does it mean to find the inverse of the matrix? Let us understand that thing first. If it is given to me any A matrix, no doubt it will be a square matrix, and the question says find the inverse of the matrix. So what we will do here, we will use this concept only. What do we have here? If A is a square matrix and if there exists another square matrix B such that AB equals to BA equals to I, the same thing I will apply here. I will write down A, right? Here something should come so that the product will become equal to I. So in this case what we will do here, I will write down A here equals to, since B will be the inverse of A, right? B will be the inverse of A, so it can be written as A inverse also, right? It is just like if f is a function, the inverse of f can be written as f inverse, f raised to power minus 1. Not it is the power, but this is the way to write down. The same thing, if A is a square matrix, B is the inverse of A such that product is giving equal to I. So this B can be written as A inverse. What does it mean? It means A into A inverse is coming equal to I, right? Now if this A inverse I take to RHS, then what will happen? It will become IA, right? Because same thing, let me tell you, in our inverse trigo we have done, like we are taking F inverse X is equal to Y, then this F inverse when we take to RHS it becomes F of Y, same concept, right? So A inverse, right hand side it will become A. Now this thing we will use to find the inverse. How that? Whatever matrix is given, I will write down that matrix here equal to I matrix. If the order of A is given 2 by 2, I will take identity also 2 by 2. For example, let us take it will be A, B, C, D. Any 2 by 2 matrix is given. What I will do here, I will write down 1, 0, 0, 1 and A I will write down. So, the method says I will try or I will use these elementary operations that we have not discussed yet. We will understand that also. I will use the elementary operations to make the changes in this matrix. Now our motive will be to change this matrix so that I get this matrix as I. What I will do? I will make the changes, whatever operations I use here, since sign of equality is there, the operations will be applied in both the sides. So whatever I want to do here, I will make this element 1, I will make this element also 1, and these two elements I will make 0 with the help of some elementary operations. And while performing the operations, no doubt here also elements will change. Let us say the new elements E, F, G, H will come here. This A we will write down as such. No change here. A will remain A only, not even in the form of matrix. Right? So now what has happened? This side it has become identity matrix. This is a new matrix we are getting, and A is as such. It means A into this matrix has become equal to I. So A into B equals to I. A into this matrix equal to I, that means this new matrix will be actually the inverse of the matrix that we are supposed to find. Right? This is the technique to find the inverse of the matrix. And let me repeat what we will be doing in the sums, because this is the concept AB equals to I. Same concept we are using. We will write down A equals to IA, and this thing has come from this thing, right? And we will apply the elementary operations in such a way to make first element 1 A11 and A22 element we will make 1, and these two elements we will make 0. Why? Because this will become, we will turn into identity matrix, and whatever changes are coming here we will make the changes in this matrix as well corresponding to the operations, and this new matrix will become then A inverse, and that will be your answer. Right? So this is the concept, and in the next video we will learn about elementary operations. So everyone, please note down the theorems also in your register, and you should be thorough with this theorem. It is very simple. We are just using pre-multiplication concept, that's it. And in the next video we will discuss about elementary operations. I hope it is clear. If any doubt is there, you can ask in the group. Okay, beta.